So this is just a short video to walk through the inventory of what's in the boxes that we're sending out. This is for the 2016 South Saskatchewan High School balloon launches for the Canada-wide experiment for October. So this is the fall balloon launches. I'm going to walk through what's in the kit so that you can see what you're going to get, and also when you ship the kit back to us so that another school can participate, this will let you know that you've got everything and you can send it back. So first is the camera. This is the Safari HD Action Cam. It's a pretty good camera. It comes with a whole bunch of mounts and stuff, so just make sure that that stuff comes back as well. With the camera is a 32 gigabyte SD card, and then as long as that comes back in the camera, that's good. There is also a GPS tracker. This is the Spot Trace. These are all initialized by us already and numbered, and the information about how to use them is in the documentation for the project. So again, that comes in a box, and that has a bunch of mounts and things. There's also the battery that we're going to use. This is a 7400 milliamp hour battery with a couple of USB ports. It's in a box right now, and I'll just crack it open for you so you can see what's inside. So we're going to send it to you in that box, but in it is a charging cable for the battery, some information, and the battery itself looks like that. It's nice and rugged. 2 USB ports and a charging port so that you'll make sure that it's fully charged, and it'll power everything in your kit. It'll power the camera and it'll power the electronics. So the GPS is self-powered, by the way. So the electronics look like this. They come in 2 separate bags. This is the main electronics board, and there's another video that walks you through everything to do with that. And then you have the external board that has the cable and the sensor. So that's inside your payload, that's outside of your payload, and then they get connected together with that cable. There is also then all of the stuff that lets you lift all of that stuff up into the stratosphere. So we have a couple of balloons, 600 gram weather balloons like this. You get 2 of them. Please send one back if you only use one. We give you 2 just in case there's a problem if you break one while you're setting everything up, which can happen, but we haven't had one break in a long time. But we're sending 2 anyway, just in case. We're sending you rubber gloves so you can handle the balloons. Don't bother sending those back. We're sending you a lifter kit as well. So this is the lifter kit. It comes with, if I can get it open, a tube. Okay, so it comes with a filler tube and a mount to connect the hose to the helium tank, which you'll find out about later. A tube nozzle, filler nozzle, to connect the tube to the balloons, and then also a little scale so that you can measure the lift of your balloon against the lift of your balloon against the weight of your payload. And as long as the lift of your balloon is a couple 100 grams more than the weight of your payload, then it'll go up nicely. And there's also a little bit of string in here to mount to your balloon, and you'll see in another video how to put all of that together. So that's the full lifter kit. Some teams may not have one of those scales. The lifter kit may look different for some teams, but I think most teams will have that as it is. There's also a parachute, which of course you need so that the payload doesn't crash on the way back down. And again, all of the information about how to deal with this is in another video, but essentially it's balloon tied to the top of the parachute, and then the bottom of the parachute gets tied to your payload. We've got some string to tie everything together, including a little bit of a pivot thingy so that it doesn't get tangled up. Some teams, again, may have different looking string. We've got some duct tape to help seal the balloon, and we've got some zap ties to help seal the balloon. And that's the entire kit. The zap ties you don't have to send back. The duct tape doesn't really matter. You can send it back if you haven't used much. But everything else, and the gloves are probably disposable, and the balloon that pops, of course, you don't need to send that back. Everything else, if you can send that back to us, then we will be able to supply this kit refurbished to the next school who's interested in doing this project.